presenting on the impact of crop diseases on food security. A little bit about me. My name is Yafet Dawit. I'm a rising senior at Stephen F. Austin High School. I participate in SSB biochemistry research at Purdue on fungal pathogens. I was a wood assay diagnostic lab technician intern in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. I'm a cellist of 7 years and also a private tutor. I'm an officer of Science Honor Society and Austin Accelerated. I'm a co-founder of an initiative at _Ethiopia dedicated to showcasing the beauty of Ethiopia. I'm also a private tutor for chemistry students. So, how have crop diseases driven by pathogens like fungi, bacteria, and viruses affected food security worldwide? First, we have to ask the question, what exactly is crop disease? Crop diseases refer to harmful biological agents such as fungi, bacteria, viruses, and parasites that affect the health and productivity of plants. Some common examples include aster yellows, bacterial wilt, blight, black knot, and etc. The current research at SSP focuses on analyzing and designing an inhibitor for a phosphatase enzyme named CDC14, which is present in many fungal pathogens. A common example being SC, a budding yeast. What exactly is food security? Well, food security is defined when all people at all times have physical and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food that meets their dietary needs and food preferences for an active and healthy life. Well, we know that food security is obviously important worldwide. So how is this relevant to global health today? Well, malnutrition is a persistent problem in today's world. As many as 828 million people were affected by hunger in 2021, 46 million people more from a year earlier, and 150 million more from 2019. While the concept of food security may not be the main focus of discussion in developed countries like the US or Western Europe, the issue is widely faced in developing countries with insufficient agricultural resources / outdated practices like Sub-Saharan Africa and Southern Asia. Well, let's look at the numbers. Sub-Saharan Africa, 22.5% of the population suffers from malnourishment. This also includes Eastern Africa, Middle Africa, and Western Africa. In Asia, although the numbers have decreased, there are still substantial amounts of malnutrition in Southern Asia and also Western Asia. In Latin America, the Caribbeans show a prevalent amount of malnutrition. All of these regions have something in common. They were all victims of colonization about 200 years prior, which have stunted their economic growth. So pathogens are decimating crops and the economy. Plant pathogens and pests are responsible for up to 40% of maize, potato, rice, soybean, and wheat crop yield losses worldwide. Plant diseases caused by bacteria, fungi, nematodes, and viruses cost the global economy $220 billion annually. We can look at the Global Hunger Index from 2022 to see the rates of hunger around the world. Sub-Saharan Africa suffers extensively from this phenomenon, as does Southern Asia. So, how do we stop crop disease spread and improve food security? Well, the most important thing is designing drugs. Drug design is the best step forward to stop the spread of crop disease. My research at SSP focuses on preventing the spread of fungal pathogens by specifically targeting a protein named CDC14 that regulates cellular mitotic exit. If we can target this protein and stop the function of CDC14 by designing an inhibitor that blocks enzyme function, it is highly likely that cell proliferation in the fungal pathogen will stop. We are currently in the process of using computational software to design ligands and analyze the structure of the active site to test the effectiveness of multiple inhibitors. So some solutions/methods of mitigating crop disease. We have integrated pest management, which are environmentally sound ways to go about this problem. There are also ways, intercropping and crop rotation, that do not require any chemicals whatsoever. Basic tests, like soil testing, checking the nutrient levels and pH levels of the soil, will allow farmers to know if anything is out of the ordinary. And the most important step, the utilization of clean water, which is sadly forgotten in developing countries without access to this important resource. And also, funding researchers developing new technologies to combat this epidemic of crop disease. Well, crop disease and food security are real problems everywhere. As pathogens become resistant to fungicides and pesticides, our food supply is in danger. The 2020 US budget for human immunodeficiency virus, or HIV, research is about $2.6 billion. That number is 150 million more than the entire budget for agricultural research. The lack of funding/awareness causes the problem of crop disease and food security to go unnoticed. We must change this. High school accessible private programs/initiatives taking action on this problem include the Summer Science Program, which I'm currently participating in at Purdue University, and programs like the Johns Hopkins Global Health Leader Conference, which allow high school students like me to have a platform to talk about these problems. Also, RSI, the Research Science Institute, sponsored by MIT, which allow independent students to go and do their research under mentorship. I acknowledge SSP, the Summer Science Program, Purdue University, and especially the Johns Hopkins Global Health Leaders Conference for allowing me to talk about my passion. Thank you. Have a good day.